Hey K-popers, welcome back to Hallyu and welcome back to a brand new K-pop news roundup. If you've been having a bad week this week, you can take some solace in the fact that so is SM's PR team. On the heels of the Irene scandal and rushing the aespa teasers, they're now facing a brand new scandal with EXO's Chanyeol. We've got all that and tons more news to talk about, as well as of course taking a look at some of the great comebacks and debuts from this week too. Before we get started, a quick thank you to Hallyu's honorary producers. If you want to be on this list and show off your bias group to everyone watching, you can support my work on Patreon. Patrons also have a say in lots of videos before they're released, so if you want to leave your mark on Hallyu, come join us over on Patreon. As I said, we've got so much to talk about, so let's jump right in. This is your K-pop news roundup for November 1st, 2020. Alright, now let's start with SM's upcoming girl group aespa. Now, I discussed some very early details back in the breaking news video last Sunday evening, but since then a ton of new info has come out, so as promised, here's everything that we know about aespa so far. So we know there are 4 members and we've gotten teasers for them individually throughout the week. First up is Winter, a 19-year-old Korean member who specializes in vocals and dance. Next up we have Karina, who is a 20-year-old Korean all-arounder with some vocal, dance, and rap talent. The third member is Ningning, who is an 18-year-old Chinese member and will be a vocalist in the group. And last but not least, we have Giselle, a 20-year-old Japanese rapper. As I mentioned in the breaking news video, the AE in aespa stands for Avatar and Experience, and we learned just what that means this week. SM's founder Lee Soo-man personally shared with us that there will be corresponding avatars for the members, meaning the group is going to have real and virtual members. We can see an example of this here, where Karina talks to her virtual avatar, Karina. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a fan of this. I think it works in KDA because you know what you're getting and it's all virtual members. But this mix of virtual and real members presents a lot of challenges. How do music show performances work? Or how do concerts work? Do the avatars have photo cards in the albums that you can get randomly? We'll see what SM has planned, but let me know what you feel about the hybrid group down in the comments. Also, they've opened up official SNS accounts on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Weibo, so if you want to follow them, go check those out. And finally, the detail you've all been waiting for is that aespa will be debuting in mid-November, so in roughly 2 weeks, we're gonna have a brand new SM girl group. Now, let's talk about EXO's Chanyeol. Let me just start by saying once again, I feel really bad for SM's PR team. They've had a nightmare week between managing the Irene scandal, rushing out the aespa teasers, and now this Chanyeol scandal. And I want to mention too that this is early on. A lot of the details surrounding this story are just speculation, and I'm going to do my best to only address things that have happened or things we know were said, not necessarily things that have been alleged but kind of look suspicious. So, EXO's Chanyeol has been accused of a whole lot of cheating. A post was made by someone claiming to be his ex-girlfriend, saying that he cheated on her with 10 different girls over the course of their almost 3-year relationship. And to back up her story, she uploaded photos of her and Chanyeol while they were together, which actually matched the interior of Chanyeol's house from other footage. The girl said she found out about the cheating close to their 3rd anniversary, and that the list of girls included girls from girl groups, YouTubers, broadcast jockeys, dancers, and even flight attendants. The ex-girlfriend in question had kept her dating Chanyeol's secret for 3 years to protect him and is now speaking out. Now, what makes this more interesting and just bizarre, frankly, is that SM released a statement about this, but that statement was literally the sentence, "There is no official stance on this post." Now, whether this is because SM's PR team is just already exhausted from managing that Irene scandal, or because they don't want to be dragged into what they perceive to be a legitimate problem and scandal here, we don't know. Now, regardless of the motivations behind that really bizarre post by SM's PR team, I'm sure we'll learn a lot more about this in the coming weeks. But for now, I'm just gonna say this. If the allegations are true, and I mean if, then we can all agree, whether you're an EXO-L or not, that cheating on your partner with 10 different people over the course of 3 years is a pretty horrible thing to do to them. And on that rather dark note, let's just completely switch gears and segue into the incredible new music that we got this week. We'll start with superstar girl group Twice, who are back with the 80s inspired song, I Can't Stop Me. Former C-Clown member DPR Ian made his solo debut this week with the song So Beautiful. Woollim's latest boy group Drippin is finally here, making their debut this week with Nostalgia. FNC also debuted a new boy group this week called P1 Harmony, or P1H, and they released the debut track Siren. Winner's Mino is back with Runaway, his latest solo. Rookie boy group DKB are back with the song Work Hard. Former 2NE1 member CL is back in a big way, dropping her new song, Hwa. Raiden and Girls' Generation's Soyeon teamed up with the song Think About Me. JBJ95 released Jasmin, a noir-inspired comeback with a great sound. CIX are back in this edgy release called Jungle. Sweet Sorrow and IU collaborated on the song Small Room, a beautiful vocal-driven ballad. And speaking of ballads, Paul Kim released this song called Hangover this week. And last but not least, Tomorrow by Together are back with the song Blue Hour. There were lots of other new K-pop songs released this week too, so let me know what new songs you've really been enjoying down in the comments. Personally, I couldn't resist the retro vibes, and Twice's comeback, I Can't Stop Me. Now back to the news, where we found out that YG's brand new group Treasure will be attending the 2020 Mamas. This makes them the first YG group to attend the award show in 5 years. And on a side note, I haven't seen any news about Blackpink attending, so Mnet, unless you want to start a Twitter war, you should probably invite those girls too. Super Junior are coming back soon. The comeback will be their 10th full-length album across 15 years in the K-pop world, and we'll be getting a pre-release song called The Melody this week on the 6th. The legacy of this incredible boy group lives on, and I wish them another 15 years of incredible success. Taemin will also be coming back in November with Never Gonna Dance Again Act 2. He'll be releasing the album on November 9th with the title song Idea, and there's going to be 9 songs on the album for us to enjoy. SM has announced that they've cancelled their annual Halloween party this year due to the pandemic. SM Town Wonderland will resume in 2021, and I look forward to more great costumes next year. Rain has announced that the upcoming duo he's going to be a part of is with none other than JYPE himself. I can't wait to see what these two legends can pull off together. Red Velvet's Wendy will be singing a solo OST track soon. It'll be on the second lineup of the TVN drama Startup, where she'll be singing the 5th track on the OST. BTS will be performing at the 2020 American Music Awards on November 22nd. They'll be performing Dynamite as well as making the TV debut of their new single. JYP Entertainment is once again coming out warning that they will pursue legal action against people who spread false rumors and accusations about Twice and their promotions. Now, Twice has notoriously been the target of accusations involving sajegi, essentially rigging charts and sales numbers to get wins, and despite Hanteo themselves confirming no wrongdoing here, these people have nothing better to do with their time, it seems. Former 16 contestant turned soloist Natty will be making a comeback with a new single on November 12th. Natty debuted on May 7th of this year with the song 19. Blackpink's next single from the album will be Bet You Wanna, their collaboration with Cardi B. It'll be hitting the US airwaves on November 10th. And speaking of the album, Blackpink became the first ever girl group to sell over 1 million copies of an album. They took the record from SES's album Love, which sold 760,000 copies. And that album came out in 1999, 21 years ago. Tiara's Soyeon has left the show Miss Back after just 4 episodes. She shared her reasons why, saying, quote, "Of course, I also faced my own share of pain and suffered my own emotional wounds during my career, but I found out that the others had experienced pain and suffered wounds that I could never have imagined. I learned that these younger women were going through great hardship, and I didn't want to compete with them and take this kind of opportunity away from them when they were struggling. What a beautiful gesture from the idol." We've got more details about Momoland's comeback. The new song will drop on November 17th and will be called Ready or Not. B2B are back in business as they announced this week a brand new subunit called B2B For You. It will consist of the members Eunkwang, Changsub, Minhyuk, and Peniel. BTS has earned some certifications in Japan. Boy With Love earned a gold certification for 50 million streams, and Stay Gold and Dynamite both earned the silver tier with 30 million streams each. 17's Hoshi has donated approximately $20,370 to his high school alma mater, Masuk High School, to help students succeed. The money will be used as a scholarship for families who are in need financially, and he also gave the dance club at the school signed 17 albums. Jisook of Rainbow is now married, and she shared some photos of her and her groom-to-be Lee Do-hee. The two announced their marriage back in June, and they got married yesterday. Former BAP member Himchan is being investigated by the police for a DUI after allegedly causing an accident in Gangnam on October 26th. Police say that his blood alcohol content was high enough to revoke his license on the scene. Sadly, this isn't the only legal punishment Himchan is facing, and a pattern is definitely emerging here. Alright, now let's talk about what happened on music shows this week. First off, the show and Inkigayo did not have broadcasts this week, but Inkigayo still crowned a winner, so in total 5 trophies were awarded this week. This week was all about 17 and their latest track, Home Run. The boys nearly swept the entire week, winning 4 of the 5 shows. The only other winner was BTS, who took the trophy on Show Music Core. Will boy groups continue to rule the music shows next week too? Let me know who you predict the winners will be down in the comments. Alright K-popers, you're officially caught up on everything going on in the K-pop world. Let me know what new songs and news items stood out to you down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss all the great K-pop news and entertainment that's coming each and every single week here at Hallyu.